Some folks are born made to wave the flag, ooh, that red, white, and blue. But when the band plays hail to the chief, Lord, they point the finger at you, yeah. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one. Hi, welcome back to another one chart lesson. Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival is the one we're doing today. It's a great song. It's really easy. The chords are super simple. I'm using a capo on the 3rd fret because it makes those riffs and that little bridge middle bit a lot easier to play with an open string drone. But there is a way to do it with simple open chords as well, and the original key of the song is G. So if you want to do the capo version that you just heard me do at the start, skip to that. I'll put a marker down below so you can get to that quickly and easily. If you want to try it in the original open chord way, and I think the band plays this kind of in open tuning a lot, just judging by some of the notes I can hear. Whichever way you want to do it, capo, no capo, it's pretty simple. And there is also a way to do those riffs with the open chords. It's just not quite as easy. So I'm going to show you all of those ways. Download your charts. There's 2 different charts for open chords and for capo chords, but both versions are almost exclusively open chord shapes except for one easy bar chord in the capo version. So the first thing we do, our chords are G, F, played either as an open F chord or an F bar chord. I think the F bar chord sounds nicer with the big fat bass note. And the C back to G. That's your verse. And in the chorus, it swaps out the F for a D. So it goes, it ain't me, up to D, it ain't me, I ain't no senator's son. Verses and choruses, that's it. Now, to do that riff at the start, you can play them up here. You can play these notes up here on the neck, but then you're not able to do the bass line going underneath. So when they do the riffs both at the start and in the middle section, there's just one bass note going underneath it, and it's G. So how do you play this? The best way to do this riff using the G chord is putting your 3rd finger on the bass note of the G instead of your 2nd finger, which is what you would normally use. Put your 3rd finger there and your pinky on the E string 3rd fret. Now what you're going to do is you're going to start off with the bass note on your thumb doing 8th notes. And we pick, on the first beat, you pick the open B string followed by the E string 3rd fret. So it sounds like this. Then put your 2nd finger on the G string 2nd fret and move your 1st finger onto the 1st fret E string. So like that, and you go, same thing. Then we're going to move down to the open G string paired with the open E string. That's your 3rd position. And you obviously can't do the hammer on that you hear in the actual song, but it's pretty close. And then do it again, but put your 2nd note is the B string 3rd fret. So from the start, and then that little bass note you hear, if you want to do it, it's a bit trickier because it interrupts the bass, is just moving to the B flat, which is the 1st fret A string. So some folks are born made to wear the flag. Now the strumming, straight ahead 8th notes, I think that sounds best in this, which is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's a little accent that you can put in there. which just means leaning on those beats, on those strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Put them in if you want to. Don't put them in if it's too tricky, but you'll probably end up automatically doing that kind of accent because the song feels like that. But all eighth notes, all down strums. That's all there is to it. The middle section without a capo is a bit trickier. The notes, I'm going to take you through the positions. You're going 3 on the B and 1 on the E, frets that is. Taking it down 1 fret. So 2 on the B, open E string. Then you're going 2 on the G, 1 on the B, and you're sliding up to the last position to that. Now when you slide that up, obviously you're going to have to leave your bass note, but in the meantime you can be doing this. That's your middle section. It's pretty simple. It's a bit of a finger twister, but if you can get it flowing within the song, it'll sound really good. Now, if you want a slightly easier challenge, a less challenging challenge if you like, put your capo on the 3rd fret. So your G chord is now an E chord, right? And suddenly this riff is a lot simpler because you can stay on the same strings. So you're sliding up to 6 on the D and 5 on the B. Now you can do the hammer, hammer from open D onto the 2nd fret and play the 2nd fret B string. So, and then do it again with the open B. Now here's one of the best parts about using the capo is you can do that last little bass note and get that little bend in it, very, very small bend, that sounds so bluesy and so swampy and so great in this song. So again, that riff. Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue. That A chord, you can play it as an A sus2 as well, and that sounds really good, but that's your verse. But when the band plays Hail to the Chief, Lord, they point the cannon at you. Now in the chorus, you substitute that D for a B chord. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no senator's son, no. It ain't me, it ain't me, I ain't no fortunate one. That's the entire song there. The middle section, not the entire song, almost the entire song. The middle section, again, with the capo, much easier. You're sliding, you're doing this classic blues slide for the key of E up to the 4th fret B string and the 4th fret G string and the 3rd fret B string. It's a very, very classic, great sounding slide for the key of E. Use your 3rd finger on the G string, your 2nd finger on the B string, and it's going to be really comfortable, especially if you have to go to other notes with your 1st finger, or your other notes up the other direction with your pinky. So that's the best way to do it. Slide it down a fret. Now move over to 4th fret D string, 2nd fret G string, and that's a good reason to have that 1st finger free because it means that little transition is much smoother. And then the last thing you do is slide it up 2 frets. Do that twice and that's your bridge. And that's the entire song. It's such fun to play this song. It's really, really great. There's so many good Creedence songs to play, but this is a really good one and it kind of gives you a little extra challenge to try and fit those riffs at the intro and the middle section into a solo guitar arrangement. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you here again soon.